Thank you. Okay. So, Catacombs, Sin's Fortress, which would probably be story progression, or the Great Hollow, or the New Londo Ruins. Or do we need to stop for a bit because you're tired and you won't tell me?
I'm kind of zoning out because I'm a little tired. So it's not so much I'm not telling you, it's just completely zone out when I'm tired occasionally.
Okay.
I'm trying.
So let's see. Looking at some of the stuff we've picked up. It's also the 10 Banishment Catalyst, which is slightly worse magic adjust. I assume just slightly worse scaling than the Sorcerer's Catalyst, so I don't really see myself using that one. And so far, I don't have enough intelligence to make either of them better than the Ivory Catalyst there. That particular shield I'm probably going to put down now that I've found a better magic resist shield. There's the Falchion, which also is pretty decent dex scaling. So it's probably one that I'm going to use. I can at least equip it and see what the moveset's like, but it's going to need to be... So that's the light attack. Back step. Attack. Heavy attack. Heavy attack. Light attack. Light attack into a heavy attack. Oh, you get like a weird cartwheel thing instead of the forward kick. And a leap forward. Okay. Roll. Okay, it has an interesting move set. Might be worth a try. Probably one of the better just like one-handed swords that I have found as far as just scaling off of dex goes. I think it would work better for me than the claymore or the longsword would, and of course I don't even have enough strength to even try to use the claymore, so that's out. Kind of surprised it doesn't cause bleed. Maybe that's in Demon Souls or something that I'm thinking of, one of the other games. Server, I just don't have nearly enough strength to try to use, which is a shame because it restores HP with each hit. And honestly, even my strength character is probably not going to have the best time with that because it scales better off of dex. I don't know. I might do a strength dex. I'm still debating whether I want to do a strength dex build or if I want to try a strength faith build. Because it seems like a lot of the faith stuff is gated behind covenants, so if I can't figure out some way to grind sunlight metals in particular, faith is going to be kind of useless offensively. So I don't know, I might just try strength dex. So I can try out weapons like that that kind of require you to be at least somewhat invested in both. Definitely not for now, though. Butcher's Knife is obviously going to be a strength weapon, as is the Demon's Great Axe. However, the Ato scales quite nicely off of dex and causes bleed. Katana forged in Eastern Land. The katana is drawn from the scabbard at lightning speed using an Aijutsu technique. Aijutsu allows the wielder to charge forward to swiftly cut down distant foes. I am going to have to clean up this inventory a bit. So yeah, it looks like it has about the same scaling as the Falchion, and its base attack is actually higher, and it causes bleed. What about the moveset? The moveset's just a hair slower. Particularly for heavy attacks, because that's the only one you get. Kind of like that running stab, though. You get to keep your kick. Like stab. Roll and slash. We're gonna have to compare these basically back to back so I can get some idea of the speed. Okay, Falchion is noticeably faster, I guess, so they might both have their uses. I'll get both of those upgraded. Try them out then. I wonder if any of the people around here have anything to say.
Oh, hello there. You've been a stranger these days. Why? What spectacular pyromancy? Tell me about it. I have never seen anything like it.
I'm going to regret this, but sure.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for sharing. I'm still an able pyromancer. I shall locate her myself. I mean, you're dead, once again.
Please tell me I haven't just gotten you killed. Granted, you'd probably flip if I didn't tell you, so honestly, it might be a case where it's like, if you want him to live, you need to just leave him in this corner after you've talked to her.
Pyromancy produced flame. A pyromancer must be my home that you will understand. Goodbye then. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go alone.
Oh, hello. Well, you certainly are keeping at it. Myself? I'm fine. Let's get started straight away. I wish to do what I can to locate Master Logan. I am aware of my shortcomings, but I cannot very well just sit around here and rot. Oh, do not worry. I have considered our relationship. I will only leave after I have taught you all the sorceries that I know. I shall count myself lucky if I manage to locate Logan, or even return here in one piece. 2 things are required. First, second, then... Oh!
So, you've already taught me
Do stay safe.
everything you can, so you might just decide to leave. Maybe I should have just left one of them, like the oral decoy or something, so you didn't wander off.
Did you ring the second bell? That is incredible, I must say. But now,
There's always a new problem, isn't there?
it's noisy. It snores, and its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you.
I'm assuming you mean the weird snake thing with the weird giant teeth.
Damn, that stench. And I was really beginning to like it here. Maybe it's time I do something about it.
Pretty sure it will eat you if you try.
Maybe.
Well, I get the feeling that our nice little camp here is going to be abandoned pretty soon. Because the Pyromancer guy is probably going to try to go down into the swamp to talk to Quilana and probably die. And the Sorcerer is going to wander off to try to find Logan and probably die. And that idiot is going to try to attack Frampt and almost certainly die.
Yep.
Cool. Back to just being completely alone in the world. Great. I should have just not talked to any of you. What about you? What are you gonna do to go probably die?
I mean, if you're lucky, Frampt won't die, but he's kind of weird.
Have you seen Milady? Oh, blast, where might she be? And would she be safe?
Catacombs, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, hope he doesn't get himself killed. Looking for her.
Well, if we're gonna, I'm thinking maybe catacombs.
Yeah, catacomb sounds good.
They're pretty close to here, and it's where that guy's liege, I guess, ran off to. Now I have to try to maneuver around where you burst up through the floor. You even destroyed my little pool. It was a nice spot before you did that. Alright, so skeletons. Those require too much strength. I could swap to the Morning Star, but honestly, between the scaling and everything else, the spear's probably still better for me. And of course, magic is an option too, but let's see how the spear does. I'd like to attune to get that light spell before we run into the catacombs, but we don't really have an easily accessed bonfire for me to do that. Like, the closest one I could think of would either be up in the lower undead burg, under where the dragon used to sit, or the one above Andre, the blacksmith. We'll see how we do. If we... Oh god, where would we warp back to if I died? Where was the last one? Was that all the way down in the...
idea.
I think it would be the Undead Asylum, which would mean we'd have to fly back on the frickin' crow. Okay, you know what? I'll make time. Hi, Framps. God, you're creepy to look at. Okay.
And he soon might be the only person here.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't know, maybe that guy seems smart enough to not get himself killed.
Are we really sure about that?
Oh no, he has the best odds.
I mean, seriously, I think the
Currently.
only reason he's still here is because he was somehow absent-minded enough to let those two knights and the really rude woman they were guarding all leave. I think he was supposed to go with them. We're just gonna use the bonfire that's up here. Yep, just run by you. You're not worth stopping for. Actually, while I'm here, I may as well have Andre reinforce some of these weapons to at least +5. And access the bottomless box and get some of this stuff out of my inventory. Mask of the sorcerers who flooded New Londo to seal away the Dark Wraiths, and the four kings who descended into dark. It symbolizes their resolve to keep the seal shut forever, and their atonement for all who were sacrificed, but 2 of the 3 forsook New Londo upon tiring of their duty. And apparently the sealers were once known as healers, and the bright crimson was a symbol of that, according to the descriptions on the other pieces.
My, that's a rare ember you have there. I've seen one of those before. It's the ember of a divine blacksmith. Might you consider leaving that with me? I could produce divine weapons with a flame such as that.
Sure.
Thanks for that. You've made a fine decision. You soon shall see.
So if we need divine weapons, we should come to him.
This is the old church. It was abandoned in favor of the church that you passed through. There are paths leading from here to 2 forbidden plains, Sen's Fortress and the Darkroot Garden. They attract all sorts of lunatics, no one as cultured as yourself. It's fine to be undead, but keep a level head, eh? Sen's Fortress is an old proving grounds built by the ancient gods. It is the only route leading to the great Anor Londo, the course, most fools can't even find their way into that fortified death trap. But they won't stop trying. Take that bumbling Sir Onion.
Yeah, I wonder if Sir Onion decided to move since I did open the gate.
I know little of the Darkroot Garden, although I've heard rumors of a divine blacksmith who resides there. Those who get stumped in the catacombs seeking for divine weapons.
Yeah, I think I found that blacksmith. He'd been like turned to stone or something, and that's where I got the divine ember from. So I guess that's your hint as to where to go get that.
I know what you're thinking, but I'm no good with those. It won't be easy, but I'm afraid you'll have to look for someone else.
Okay, apparently for the other embers I'm carrying, I'll have to take it to the other blacksmith. Good to know. However, you can reinforce my stuff. Now let's see if the whip moveset is something I actually want to use, and let's do that up here and not risk hitting Andre. Not super impressed with that. Frankly, it doesn't have as much reach as you would hope. And you really only get a horizontal swipe if you're two-handing. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna bother upgrading this. I don't think I'm gonna use it. However, I think I am gonna upgrade the Aoto and possibly the Falchion a little further, since I do have some large Titanite shards. So of course it means I would have to commit to whatever it is that I'm going to do. So I believe this would make them scale on faith. Yeah. That would not work out very well for me, so divine weapons probably not going to be my thing. And then raw weapons make the scaling worse, so at high levels, especially if I keep investing in dex, it would probably be worse overall. And magic weapons, I mean, you could argue for it because it would make them start scaling off my intelligence, but it also makes the physical scaling worse, and if I really need them to have magic damage, I can just use magic weapon on them. That's just sort of been my logic this whole time. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go up the normal upgrade path. Not going to go to Sin's Fortress yet. Yes, I know it is right over there, but that's story progression. I kind of want to go basically everywhere else that I can first. Although, remember that he said something about the Lord's Vessel? And that yellow fog door said sealed by the Great Lord's power? Wonder if the Lord's Vessel would let us get through those yellow doors.
And then you could just fight whoever's on the other side.
Yeah, without possibly having to backtrack. Should we just go to Anor Londo? Because I get the feeling, like, I don't know if there's a yellow fog door in the catacombs as well. I don't know where they all are. It's just entirely possible that if we put this off,
that you need to get this,
that I would end up having to just backtrack again. Okay, screw it. Sin's Fortress. I've talked myself into it. I have no idea what the optimal order to do these in.
and we're not looking it up.
Nope. Already looked up more than I would like, to be perfectly honest, just because some of the interactions have been so obtuse.
Weird, yeah.
Okay, yep, Onion Knight just decided to leave. Well, that was an arrow dodge. Cool, so there's just gonna be a bunch of freaking traps that I am not gonna see. Oh, and snake men. That's... oh my lord. Great. I've mentioned I hate snakes, right? parry. Did not get the timing right. Warrior. Just gonna walk forward with my friggin' shield up. Oh, great. Giant swinging pendulum axe thingies. I hate everything. Oh, and something is shooting lightning at me now. Oh, from up there. How wonderful. Yeah, I see you. Come on. Didn't watch my stamina. Should have dropped my shield. Soul arrows, so I won't feel so bad if I miss. Oh, of course, you can hit me, but I cannot target properly to hit you, and if I try to roll to get out of the way of what you're going to shoot at me, the weird, you can only roll in 4 frickin' directions thing's going to kick in, and I'm just going to roll off. Wonderful. Just great way to highlight all the weaknesses of this game's movement system. So don't roll, at least when you're locked onto something, or you will just roll off more likely than not. Might need to switch to something with slightly better lightning defense, but then of course I'm going to be giving up physical defenses, which is not going to help when these guys slash at me. Yep, just walk in with the shield held up. Apparently the traps will reset when I die. That's good to know. Good frickin' lord. Alright. You guys are just gonna hit with soul arrows, at least when there's 2 of you, because you can strike through each other. got him. There's another one shooting at me from down there, but he does not have a good angle on me, thankfully. Oh, cool. 2 of them, and I cannot target them from here, but they can hit me just fine. Or at least can try to hit me just fine. I have no idea if I can make that jump or not, and right now I really don't feel that keen on trying it. Okay, cool. Camera, work with me here. Is there even enough room to try to... Is this just a sprint and hope? Stop in between the pairs. Yep, there's the trap. Thanks. Tried to distract me with the chest. I knew that. If the chest hadn't been there, I actually would have been more likely to get caught. Watch this be a mimic. Do a plunging attack, but thank you, game. I guess I just won't. Okay. Okay, that was a nice hint that there are going to be boulders. Apparently these guys are pretty vulnerable to bleed. That's nice. Now again, boulders. Oh, that would just knock me straight off into the abyss, wouldn't it? Okay, not a fan. God, how are you supposed to not at least get hit once? Okay, we're gonna hop in here before anything goes any further. I'm gonna do just a quick check. Okay, there was an alcove over here that I could have ducked into at the last second if I'd known it was there. We'll try to do that from now on. Okay. I see a thing that's gonna shoot at me. So at what point are you gonna do that? Because unfortunately I can't target you, which means I can't just back up with my shield. I think I see the switch there. Okay. Cool. Hi. I hate you with every ounce of my being. So it's just gonna reset when I die, not... Oh, hi. So there are occasionally just going to be things rolling down that staircase. That's great. Is that the way that I have to go? Hope it's not, but it probably is. Okay, let this one roll by. Here. Oh, there is a chest. I'm still just waiting for the time I get mimicked. Ring of Steel Protection. This ring belonged to the Night King Rendal. It grants its wearer protection by boosting defense against physical attacks. One of the many legends surrounding the Night King Rendal, one of the more well-known, speaks of his standing down a giant drake and slashing it to pieces. Okay, cool. That feels like it would be useful when I'm getting pummeled by a bunch of giant boulders. So, yeah, you can go on instead of the wolf ring for now. To wait. Yep, okay. Didn't get hit, but that could have been bad. Okay, we're gonna let that go by. Okay, this does not seem to be going anywhere. Try following it. Okay, there's an item and a snake person lobbing lightning at me. Oh, crapola. Didn't quite make it far up enough to... Oh, God, you didn't hit me again. Just beautiful. I'm alive. Not gonna frickin' stay that way for very long at this rate. Well, yep, death. I'm probably not getting those souls back. I hate this place. The venom. Yeah, don't really care about picking up the souls that are up there, so... Hi. Some kind of goop. I wonder if the iron ring would help here. It's in the old iron ring. It's an iron ring. You know what I mean. Yes, it does. Cool. Okay, so that's gonna mean less physical defense for me, but... Oh, you are stuttering like mad. I was really hoping you would not do that attack. Yep, there you go again. Well, I get some Demon Titanite. Apparently one of those was just hanging out down here in this weird tar pit. But yeah, fall control's apparently pretty effective because I didn't take any fall damage at all on that drop. So that helps. Okay, a bunch of the ones that can fling lightning at me. Wonderful. Another one of you. Cool. So if I find anything that needs Demon Titanite, I'm doing pretty dang well on that. Okay, so you can just do the leaping attack through the ceiling. I was wondering. Not through the pillars, though. Those are causing you some problems. And more Demon Titanite for me. I guess you pulled that corpse down off the ledge somehow. Brave warrior. And a scythe, you say? Well, I'll take a look. I don't see any other enemies around. Actually, I do meet the strength requirements for it, and it scales better on Dex. It's apparently classed as a halberd, and to me it looks less like a scythe and more like a... What do they call those executioner weapons? Bardashes? Something like that?
Yeah, it looks like a Bardash. I only know that, though, because I played Diablo 2 and it looks like that particular thing from Diablo 2.
So assuming Diablo 2 is correct.
Assuming Diablo 2 is historically accurate.
Yeah, it does not look like a scythe to me.
No.
That...
Sickles and scythes and stuff look far different than that to me.
Well, I think my light spell just went. Nothing. I'm not noticing too much difference down here with it, but every little bit helps. But I might attune something else going forward. So there's some stairs out there. I figured there'd be another one of you. You're getting a wee bit predictable. Okay, you seem a little tougher. Okay, you're also taking less damage from my spells. Oh, and you have the ability to shoot lightning. Maybe the others did too and they just didn't do it, but you are. Ow! And you can shoot it around corners. Good to know. There's another one of you, isn't there? Yep. Okay. Oh, good lord. Through the wall. Just friggin' lovely. And I can't get you to come up here enough for me to get a decent shot on you, and I just have, like, no room to maneuver without alerting your friend. Possibly, instead of the light, attune some heavy soul arrows to deal with you. If I even have enough soul arrows to try to get that last one, but I kind of don't have very many options. I mean, I guess I could try to go up the stairs, but I have a bit more room to deal with this one, so maybe. Okay, he came in just short on that. so glad that I have enough stamina to block that. Just go for a few soul arrows more. Missing that one certainly didn't help. Okay, that was an extremely delayed input. When he first did the leaping attack and landed in front of me, I hit to cast a spell. It didn't happen, so I tried to continue on with the fight and block to circle around him because he had me in the corner, and then my character decided to cast the spell probably a full 2 or 3 seconds after I had hit the button. What the hell? Not that I think I was going to win that fight anyway, because I was basically out of soul arrows, and if I was having to try to use stamina to do any kind of attack, I don't think I would have been able to, like, keep my defense up. So I don't think it really changed all that much in the end, but it's still annoying.